Hi everyone, I'm Sophie and welcome to the channel. Today's class is a yoga flow and stretch for achieving your front splits. Don't worry if you're nowhere near the front splits. This is really just all about improving your hip and hamstring flexibility and mobility. If you do have blocks, a bolster, a cushion or a strap or a long sock, you might like to grab it for this class. And then when you're ready, we'll start laying down on the mat. Just rolling down onto the mat. Let's just draw the right leg up. We're going to start with hip circles. We'll come straight into it. Really want to focus on warming up through the body today. So we're really focusing on hips and hamstrings. So just circling one way and then back the other way. Really drawing the knee in towards you. Those full 360-degree circles of the hip joint. And then let's just take the knee wide. So really feeling this stretch a little bit into the hip and a little bit through the inner thigh. Not pushing too hard at this point. We just really want to warm up the muscles and the joints. Then let's take the knee across the body and we'll come into a twist. Coming back through center, let's take the other side. Left knee comes up, circling one way. Again, really hugging that knee in towards you, bringing it across the body, taking it wide, really warming up that hip joint. And then back the other way. And then take the knee wide, feeling a little bit more into the inner thigh. All the while really staying with the breath throughout this practice. Really using the breath to let the muscles, let the whole body know it's okay to relax, it's okay to stretch. And then take the knee across the body, find the twist. Coming back through center, rocking yourself up. Let's come to a tabletop. So all fours, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. We'll just take cat and cow to warm up through the spine. Inhale, exhale, round through the back of the body. Inhale, heart comes through. 3 more times. Exhale, really mobilizing the spine. The spine is involved in the splits. It's not just the legs. And through. And again, round through the back of the body, pressing through. And then let's come to downward facing dog. Actually, before downward facing dog, we'll just start with a simple calf stretch. So extend the right leg, come up onto the ball of the foot. And really we want to focus the stretch right now through the calf. So a little bit through the Achilles, through the calf. But really focusing that stretch there. Bring the knee in, let's take the other side. Extending the left leg, up on the ball of the foot, find your calf stretch. And now let's come to downward facing dog. Tuck the toes under, knees come off, push the mat away through the hands. Let's feel a stretch through the whole back line of the body here. So you'll feel it up through the shoulders, over through the back, and then down through the hamstrings and down through the calves. Let's lift up high on the balls of the feet. Inhale, exhale, send the heels down towards the earth. Doesn't matter if they don't touch, just really try and reach them down there. And then let's pedal just slowly through the feet once more, really focusing on lengthening the muscles through the backs of the legs. And then from there, walking towards the top of your mat, hang forward in ragdoll, feet hip width apart, chest on the thighs, hanging forward in ragdoll. Take a moment there. We'll warm up through the spine, and we're going to take a sun salutation variation to keep warming up. And this is what you could call ballistic stretching. So we're sort of using momentum to help us to stretch into the hamstrings. Keep the feet hip width apart or toe heel them together. Lift the arms nice and high. Inhale, forward fold. Exhale, bow to the earth. Just starting to find a little more length through those hamstrings. Then from here, we'll step back with the right. Draw the hips down, finding the stretch through the front of the hip. And then step back, downward facing dog. Once again, finding the stretch through the back of the body. We roll through the spine. Bring the knees down, lowering all the way down. Come through cobra, pressing back, downward facing dog. Let's take scorpion. So we'll lift the right leg high. Then from here, bend the top knee, open the hip. Lift that knee nice and high while keeping the chest and shoulders square to the mat. So you should feel a stretch down through the back of the left leg and maybe a little through the inner thighs. Let's extend the leg high, then draw it through. Come to your low lunge once again. Step the foot in, halfway lift, forward fold, and lift to standing. Let's take the other side, flowing down, starting to find a little bit more heat, a little warmer. Step the left leg back. Find that low lunge, stretching through the left hip flexor. Come to your downward facing dog. Roll through the spine, really coming into the body in this warm up. Come down to the knees or the toes, low plank, cobra or upward facing dog. Pull back, downward facing dog. We take scorpion on the left, lifting the left leg behind you. Bend the knee, open the hip, pressing that right heel down towards the mat. You'll feel a stretch through the back of the right leg. And really lift that top knee high. Extend the top leg. Tiger curl it through. Come to your low lunge once again. Step the foot in, halfway lift. Forward fold. Hamstrings finding a little more length, and then lifting up to standing. Let's take that once more each side. We want to find a little bit more length in those hamstrings. Coming down, stepping the right leg back. Come into your downward facing dog. Flowing through, high, low plank, cobra or upward facing dog. Pull back, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts to scorpion. So extend it behind you. Bend the top knee, open the hip. Left heel pressing down towards the mat. Can you lift that top knee a little higher? Then extend the top leg. Draw it through. Find your lunge once again, sinking low. Bring those hips through. Left foot steps in, halfway lift. Forward fold. Come to standing. Flowing down again. Exhale. Lunging back with the left. Hips come low. Downward facing dog. Flowing through, high plank, low plank, cobra or upward facing dog. Pull back, downward facing dog. Scorpion, left leg lifts. Extend it behind you. Bend the top knee, open the hip. Right heel reaching down towards the earth. Feel that stretch through the back of the right leg. And lift that top knee a little higher. Extend the top leg. Draw it through. Find your lunge. Bring the foot in. Halfway lift. We're really working on coming into the body here. Forward fold. Lifting up to standing. And then flow forward once again. Forward fold. From here, we'll step back with the right. We're coming a little more into the hip flexors now. Bring the right knee down and just find that stretch through the front of the hips. So really drive those hips forward. Stay right here if that's enough, or heel toe the foot a little wider. Bring the left hand inside the foot. Find your lizard lunge, either staying up high on the fingertips if that's enough, or dropping down to the forearms. So I want you to think of this back leg, what we're doing with this hip flexor. This is like the back leg in the splits. So we really want to lengthen out through the whole hip flexor, which actually connects to the sort of mid-lower part of the spine. So we need to think of the connection all the way down from the spine all the way down to the thigh bone. Either stay here in lizard or reach around, take the stretch, just intensify it a little bit more, adding in the quad stretch. Keep driving those hips forward. Then release. Heel toe the left foot back in. Let's find pyramid. So swapping over, we're finding a little more stretch through the front leg, so through the hamstring. And this is like the front leg of the splits. Keeping those hips nice and square. And then from there, place the hands down, just extending this stretch a little more. Let's lift the right leg high, standing split. So you'll feel a stretch a little more perhaps through the left leg. Tuck the knee in, so come into a tiny ball. Draw it behind you, the right leg. And then lift it high once again. Lower the foot down. Let's come to chair pose, sinking the butt nice and low, just a little bit of strength into our class today. Sink the butt low, reach the arms high. 3 breaths here. And then forward fold, exhale, bow to the earth. This time, stepping the left foot back. Come to your lunge. Starting here with the hips nice and square, finding that hip flexor stretch. Once again, this back leg, so this left leg now, that's like the back leg of the splits. So we really want to get that stretch all the way from the spine, all the way down through the hip. And then let's heel toe the right foot a little bit wider. Bring the hands inside the foot. Keep the chest lifted. Stay up high on the fingertips or drop down to the forearms. Wherever you are, remember those deep breaths. And if the quad stretch is for you, reach the right arm around, take the toes, draw the heel in. And then when you're wherever you are, just release gently. Heel toe the right foot back in. Find your pyramid pose. Left toes slightly turned out, folding forward, stretching through this front leg now. Then bring the hands a little bit further forward. Standing split, left leg lifts high. Stretching through the right hamstring here. Crouch down, tuck the left leg behind you like a tiny ball. And then let's extend once again. Left leg lifts. Best standing split you've got. That's it. Draw the foot down. Let's sink into chair pose once again. Butt nice and low. Lift the arms high. 3 breaths. On the inhale, can you reach those arms long? And on the exhale, can you sink a little lower into your chair? Then calming up to standing, draw the hands down to prayer at heart center. We are taking a standing balance today. Standing on the left foot, we're going to take hand to big toe hold. So place your left hand on your hip, right peace fingers take either the right big toe. If that's too much though, stay here with the knee. So you'll either stay here with the knee and then open the knee wide, or if you're taking the big toe, extend it long. Once again, we're working on our hamstring flexibility here, as well as a little bit of hip mobility. Let's hold there. Fix that gaze in front of you. And then once you've got that, you might like to extend the left arm to the side and take the right foot out wide. See if you can grow a little taller. That's it. And then when you're ready, let's gently lower the right foot down, cross it over. We're going to come to a forward fold here. You'll feel this. So keep the knees as bent as you need. You'll feel this through the hamstrings, but also maybe through the sides of the legs a little too. Just check that the neck is nice and relaxed. Deep breaths there. Still working on that flexibility through the legs. And then let's just bring the right foot back, rolling up to standing. Let's take the other side. Standing on the right foot, lifting the left leg up, either taking the knee or maybe even just bringing one hand to the waist. And then if it's for you, peace fingers, take the left big toe, fix your gaze on a point in front of you, extend the leg. You can keep it as bent as you need, but I really want to see you try to get that nice length through the spine here. And then once you've got that, either take the knee or take the foot, take the right arm wide, lift the left leg out to the side. Can you grow a little taller? Let's bring the left foot down, take it across the right, fold on forward. You can always just bring the hands to the thighs if that's the right position for you. And then relax into the stretch. Again, just checking that neck is relaxed. Sometimes tension can creep up there. And then when you're ready, just coming down to the mat, we're going to start to come into some more passive stretches now, so we'll hold them a little longer. Let's extend the right leg long, Janushirasana. So we're going to work on our hamstrings again. Check that your hips are nice and square. And then from here, lift the arms high, inhale, exhale, reach the fingers out long in front of you as you fold on forward. Deep breaths. Really getting into those hamstrings now. One more deep breath. Inhale, exhale. Can you find a little more length through the hamstring? And then walk the hands up. Let's swap sides. Left leg long, right leg drawing in, sitting up nice and high on the sit bones. Lift the arms high. Inhale, exhale, reach on forward. Coming down. Bringing the chest towards the thigh. Bend the left knee as much as you need. Let's take one more deep breath on this side as well. Inhale and exhale. And then walking the hands up, we'll come to Baddha Konasana just for a little bit of stretch through the inner and outer thighs as well. Soles of the feet together, knees come wide. You're welcome to sit up on a cushion or a block if that's better for you. Lifting nice and tall, and then walk the hands forward. Deep breaths there. encouraging the muscles to relax. All right, coming out of it, we're going to say with the hamstrings. If you do have a strap or a sock, you might like to grab it now. Otherwise, that's okay. You can just use your hands. And then we'll roll down onto the mat. We'll start with the right leg. Take the strap behind the leg or underneath the ball of the foot. And either have the left foot flat on the mat, or if you can, extend it long. First of all, check those hips are nice and square and that the right thigh bone is pulling back into the socket. And then from there, let's bring the leg down. Just check that the upper body is nice and relaxed here. I really want you focusing the effort into the belly of the hamstring muscle. We're going to take some PNF stretching. So this is proprioceptive neuromuscular facilitation, and it's a great way to just encourage the muscles that you're trying to stretch to just relax. So it lets them know that it's okay to go a little bit further. From here, we're going to inhale, and as you exhale, we're going to hold and we're going to push against the strap for a count of 5. Ready? Let's go. Inhale, exhale, bring the foot down, push against the strap, holding. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. See if you can take the stretch a little bit further. I'm actually going to release the strap and just use my hands. All right, ready? Let's try it again. Inhale, exhale, push against the strap or your hands, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. See if you can take it a little bit further. It's also good to do this with a partner. If you've got one, they can just make you push against them. And let's try this once again, just the last time. Inhale, exhale, push against your hands or push against the strap. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. See if you can intensify. Take the leg down just a little further. I know I can. That really helped me. You'll have to let me know how you go with that one. And then from there, let's just take a little bit of an inner thigh stretch. So holding onto the inner thigh, the calf, or the foot, just stretching it to the side. And then gently release that leg down. Give it a bit of a shake if you need to. It's a bit of an effort, that one. And then let's take the other side. So once again, you can use the strap or a sock or just your hands. And then just try and find that stretch. We'll hold for a moment and then we'll take the PNF stretching. So once you've found that position, let's come into our PNF stretch. All right, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, push against your hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. See if you can find a little more stretch. Let's take it again. Inhale. Exhale, push against the hands. Hold. 5, 4. Push harder. Push. You can do it. 3, 2, 1, and release. And let's just try one more time. See if you can just draw that leg down a little bit further. Inhale. Last time. Exhale. Push. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. That's it. Release. Take the leg wide. Just taking a stretch through the inner seam of the leg. And then drawing that leg down, maybe rocking yourself up and then just giving the legs a little shake. Moving on, we're just going to come into some of our sort of really more intense stretches. So remember, take it as you need. We're not going too far. All right. So if you do have blocks or either a cushion or a bolster, you might like to grab it now. What I want here is to place the bolster or cushion underneath the thigh, so the back thigh. So we'll stretch the right leg out, place the bolster or cushion underneath the left thigh, and the blocks can come here just to support you. If you haven't got blocks, just your hands, of course. From here, take a deep lunge. So this is where we're building up to our splits. So take a nice deep lunge, and then really press those hips through, and they can relax here on the bolster or cushion, and we're just going to hold here. So in that nice deep lunging position. Deep breaths. Now let's release, pull back, just take a moment to relax. You can always keep the cushion there, or if you're ready to go a little further without it, remove it. And let's go again. We'll try to come a little deeper into the lunge this time. So we're really stretching through that left hip flexor, and you'll start to bring in a little more of the right hamstring. Holding here. See if you can almost find that state of meditation there. Not pushing too far, but just finding your edge. And then pull back, let's come out of it. We'll take the other side. I'm going to bring the bolster back for the first one. Left leg comes through, placing the right thigh against the bolster or cushion. Hands come forward, blocks if you've got them. And let's find that deep lunge. Aiming to keep the hips nice and square here rather than letting that right hip roll back. If you've got the time to stay here for a little longer, then you're welcome to pause the video and hold for a little longer. And pulling out of it, moving the bolster or cushion if you're ready for it. And then let's come a little deeper into this lunge, extending the front leg a little longer, pressing that hip flexor through. Find that deep lunge there. Once again, seeing if you can find almost that meditative state. Deep breaths there. How's everyone going? Feel good? All right, coming out of it. And then from there, we're actually going to come into the split. So if it's for you, you might actually like to keep the bolster under you for this. Or if you're all the blocks, if whatever feels right for your body. Remember, we start where we are, and then we progress over time with consistency and effort. So either, as I said, staying on the cushion, or you can come to a stag leg split here, or come to the full splits. Aiming to really square off those hips. Let's start by sitting nice and tall and just hold here in the splits. 5 deep breaths here. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Can you find a little more length in the position? And then gently draw yourself out of it. Maybe draw that front leg behind you. Let's swap sides. Left leg extends out. Again, placing a cushion underneath you, or take the blocks. Come either to a stag leg or come to a full split. You know where to go. Aim to really square off the hips. And you'll often find the one side, as I said, is not the same as the other. So often your right leg might be a little bit more flexible. That's fine. Go where you need. Respect your body. Sitting up nice and tall. 5 breaths. And then coming out of it. Good work. I'm going to leave you with that today. You might like to take one more sided, the splits, each side, right and left. Otherwise, just rock the knees side to side. Just release through the hips after that. And then from there, just coming to a cross-legged seated position. Well done. Thank you so much for joining me for this yoga flow and stretch for achieving your front splits. I recommend doing this practice about once a week if you're really keen to work on those front splits. I'll make sure to follow up this practice with a shorter daily split stretch in a couple of weeks' time. So look out for that one. I will see you again soon, everyone. Bye. To stay consistent with your yoga and fitness, remember to subscribe and press notifications so you're notified when new classes come out each week.